Terry Lee, and in this tutorial or set of tutorials I am going to show you how to make this stationery set that I made for my new pen pal. Yes, they still have pen pals. I got her and you can't have her. And so this is what the original project looked like. It ties with this little lace. When you undo it, you've got the two covers, which I didn't decorate because I thought the paper was so pretty, and then you open it this way, and then you open it this way, and then look, it opens one more time. Okay, and this side has a band that goes down this way, and it holds the stationery in, and then this side has a band, and it holds the envelopes in, and then in the center, these are just little cards, just little ephemera. And if you'll notice, something I like to do is what I call hidden pockets. And you'll see once I take the tickets or the little ephemera out, then it's really difficult to see the pocket, because I actually completely lined the paper up so that it matches and it looks like continuous paper. These little tickets are a placeholder for a place that well, they're stuck. These are a placeholder for a place to put stamps, but I didn't have any stamps, so I just put those tickets in there as placeholders. Okay, so there's that. Now, when you close this back up, this is actually one of the covers. Alright, then when you close this in, I added this decoration, and there's some lace here. It's the same lace that I used in the closures. And then you close this over, and this is the other cover. So not the first little section, but the back section. And then on the back side, there's a pocket, and this is a little note paper. And I hand dyed these papers, and then I sprayed them with this alcohol ink acrylic paint glitter concoction that I Frankensteined in my kitchen. So I'm going to make a different video on how I did that. But anyway, I added the lace at the last minute. So even though these, and this paper is from the same kit, even though it looks a little different, and because I liked the wisteria that was on there. And these are from the same kit as well. It does look a little bit different because I inked the edges, and I'm not sure that I would do that again when I do this project again, which is going to be right now with you. But I put them on there because I added the lace at the last minute, because I felt that because it was a bit heavy that maybe it needed the closures. So that's upside down. So anyway, that's our project. And so what I'm going to do right now in this first video, this is going to be just a little introduction video. We're going to go over the supplies. Now, this particular paper is called Garden Trellis, and these little ladies in here came from a set called French Dance, and you can get both of those at a place called Antique Paperie, and that's on Etsy, and it's spelled P-A-P-E-R-I-E. So it's Antique Paperie, all one word, A-N-T-I-Q-U-E-P-A-P-E-R-I-E. That's the name of the store, and it's on Etsy. I always like to give people credit. Now, this is the paper that I'm going to use. We're going to talk about this in a minute, but this particular set, or kit, is what they're usually called, is called Lush Greenery, and it's from Antique Paperie as well, and its sister site, which is, sure, I didn't write that down, because they do the sets that are no longer carried in Antique Paperie, and you can get some of these, just the papers, not all of the full kit with all this all of this from them. Okay, so it's just the actual papers, not all the extra, the ephemera and stuff. But first we're going to go over your supplies. Oh, well, you're going to need 6 pages from DigiKit. Now I realize this looks like 3 papers, but that's because you are going to glue the 2 together back to back. Don't print front and back because then it's not heavy enough. Now I used 110-pound cardstock, which is going to make it kind of fun to cut, but it's very, very sturdy. You could probably get away with 60, but I'm not sure. You definitely could not get away with like just regular cardstock, and definitely not just regular paper. Alright, so you're going to print out 6 pages, and when we go over the construction in the next video, then we are going to talk about, you know, picking which patterns for the front and the back and how to set it all, you know, lay it out and how to cut it. That's why none of this is cut yet. Okay, so then you're going to need any extra paper that you have left over, which is all of this. I mean, only if you use a kit that comes with everything. This is like 30 pages in this kit. So I've used it for another project, so I have end pieces and scraps. I always save the scraps and the off sizes, you know, from cutting for other projects. This is a great big piece of paper. I can use it for who knows what, maybe even this project. So anyway, all of that kind of stuff. Any kind of maybe lace or anything that you're pretty sure you're going to want to use because you know what style you want it to be. You're going to need a pair of scissors. In this project I only used this pair of scissors. They look really big, but they're just a regular size pair of scissors. They're just the ergonomic, you don't have to pull them apart so you don't hurt your hand, and they work much better, and you can get them at Amazon if you want. I'm not a salesperson for them. You're going to need a paper cutter, and you're going to need one like this, or if you have a guillotine, which is the kind that goes, you know, the bigger one. I've got one, but I'd have to reach way behind to get it. So you're going to need a paper cutter, and you might possibly need a ruler. There is measurements on the paper cutter, so we may not need our ruler, but we always get it ready just in case. Alright, and you're going to need a pencil, right? And then you're going to need some material like, what am I trying to think of? Of course I can't think of the name of it. I'm going to be using medical tape, cloth medical tape, because I don't have any lace or linen or, you know, seam binding or any of those things. See how when I try not to think of it, then I think of it. It's sort of like a song that goes around in your head that you can't think of it. The only thing you have to be careful of is make sure that there's no dead ants on the end of your on the end of your tape before you get started. You're also going to need an ink pad and a dauber if you're planning on coloring any of the edges of the things you're going to add, you know, make it more of an accent to the pieces that you add. You're going to need, if you want to round the corners, now on this one I did not. I left the corners square, but that's totally a personal choice, and it may depend on your style. You know, the style that you're making it, not your personal style. I'm not making a style statement at you. My printer's over there making noises all by itself. I promise you, nobody's touching it or doing anything to it. My apartment is haunted. My ring light the other day fell 4 different times, and 3 of the 4 times it literally hit me. It got me here in the hand once, and on the arm somewhere at the same time. I don't remember where. Hit me in the side of my face and put a bruise on my jaw. So it's a good thing you can't see my face. It looks, I'm not even married, but it looks like I'm in a bad relationship. and then it just hit me in the head again. And then the 4th time it missed me, but it came really close. So anyway, my apartment is haunted. But either that or somebody is just booby trapping my ring lights. But this is a corner rounder. Now you can get one that just has one. This will do 3 different types of corners. But it was only $11. It's the We Are Memory Keepers brand. I don't necessarily go, you know, this is a generic hole punch. We don't need this, but I'm just saying as an example. But this was only $11 on Amazon, so that's why I got that. And I think that is all that we are going to need. If there's anything else that comes up, I will let you know. Most of the time, people watch these videos ahead of time before they do it. So by the time we get to the second part and the third part, you'll already know what you're going to end up needing. Alright, so that's the end of this part, and I will see you in part 2 in just a second. It'll be a second for you, and it'll be a couple of days for me.